What's up guys, Will John back with 360 Player, and today we've got the 5 pro tips to succeed as a striker. Let's go. So there are a whole lot of things you as a striker are going to need to know, but the first one is mentality. You need a killer instinct if you are going to be successful as a striker. There's no way around it. All of the guys that I've played with that have scored 20, 30 goals, these guys on and sometimes off the field have a mentality that is, I am going to score. If they miss the first 3 shots, they're still coming. If they miss 5, 10, if they go 6 games without a goal, they have one objective, and that is to score goals. So seeing that your one objective is to score goals, you have to understand that when you walk out on the field, there's going to be a whole lot of things that you need to ignore. And that's what strikers do. They don't worry about all of the things, whether or not they're gonna win the game. No, it's about the next goal. And that's what you see from guys like Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona, all these guys that score big time goals. They don't care what's going on outside of them. Their focus is very much laser focused in. So taking in all of that, you want to go into the game with the right mindset and the right mentality, and that'll give you some success. Your positioning as a striker is wildly important, because if you can't find yourself in the right space during the game, you are never going to score. You will give yourself more chances by being in a better position. So what that means for you as a striker is when a ball is being crossed in, can you beat a player to the near post? More often than not, regardless of your size, if you can beat a player to the first post, you are going to score, because all you need is a little flick, and as you can see in the clips right here, you just need a little touch on the ball and it's going straight in. Another positioning key is creating space off the ball, and you as a striker can do this all sorts of ways. Now, that might mean if you have a defender on your back, which is not necessarily the best thing for you because you're facing, pretend the goal is behind me, with a defender here, this is not really optimal. We always want to find ways to turn. And one thing you can do, and that I love to do as a striker, is flip this on them. So if the goal is behind me and I normally have a defender here, maybe I just step back behind the defender. And now I'm in an offsides position. He has to worry about what's going on the field while I can move behind him. It's really hard for him to look here, see the game, and to know what I'm doing behind him. So that is a key tip that you will see pros use all the time. They go offsides, making their positioning very hard for the defender to defend. Obviously, make sure that when the ball is played through that you are in an onside position or even with a defender, and then you're all good. Now, there are strikers that have poor touches, but the majority of them have brilliant, excellent footwork and touches. And for you, this is something that you've got to train, because you're going to give yourself more opportunities to score if you take good touches in the game. And what that means is that you're gonna have to do all of the extra technical work after in really tight spaces in order to be able to score. In order to set yourself up for a shot, what that means is that generally speaking, you are only gonna have 2 touches. At the highest level, once you reach the pro level, you are only gonna have 2, maybe 3 touches, especially in the box. The majority of goals are scored in close to the goal. Not a lot of them are 30 or 40 yards or meters out from the goal. So what's important is that you take your first touch excellent and in front of you. When you want to go to shoot, the ball can't be up under you. If it is, you're going to have a hard time getting power and precision. So always make sure that when you take your first touch, it's out just enough to the side, to the left, or to the right for you to then finish. And of course, we can't leave off finishing. What we mentioned earlier is that not all the goals are scored way outside the box. So it's important that you train actually passing and finessing the ball into the net. You need to know how to bend. Yes, you need to know how to strike the ball well. And honestly, you should probably take some time to toe poke the ball in, because your reaction is also what counts, all right? So positioning is obviously gonna be really key, but on this finishing aspect of it, guys, don't just train outside and take 50 shots. Work on one style of shooting when you go out to train. So that might be bending the ball to the far post, all right? Grab a friend, get a wall, get a rebounder, you pass the ball in, you take a good first touch, boom, you hit it. Repetition is key here in finishing. That's all you need to know. If you repeat the same action over and over again, then when you get to the game, you will actually do it without even thinking about it. As a striker, you guys are gonna have to adapt to all sorts of situations. You might have to head the ball, knee the ball in, chest it in, whatever it is. So you're gonna need to practice all types of finishing to make sure that when the game comes, you can do that without thinking about it. So no matter what type of striker you are, if you are a guy with close ball skills, incredibly fast, or you like to overpower defenders with your strength, you are still gonna have to be unpredictable. If the defender learns that you love to do a step over every time you're in the box, it's only gonna be 2 minutes really before they figure out, just cut this off and he's out of the game. Being unpredictable is how the great strikers always cause threats. Lewandowski is a guy right now that is scoring more goals and you just can't figure out how to get to him. Messi has figured out that clearly he's better than everybody going left, but still you don't know because the second Messi doesn't go left, you're completely done. The best way to work on your creativity is to practice alone with the ball, to imagine all of the crazy situations that you might come up with in a game. And it's okay to try these things, especially when you're alone, but do it in training, all right? That is where you'll get the confidence to be creative, to try that crazy move. It's not always necessary, but if you really want to be able to score goals consistently, you're going to have to know how to do this. All right, guys, that's it for these 5 tips. If you like the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe right down below. If you want to subscribe to 360 Player, do that right here. And if you want to subscribe to Will John and Team Golaremi, do that right here. And we will see you guys later. Peace.